wonderful light. I look like Dracula. And it's early enough for Dracula to be awake, actually. Hey, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, it's Record Store Day once again, and this time around I'm doing the introduction on my way to Pop Classics in Caversham here in Reading, UK. Yeah, really early in the morning as usual, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, to meet up whoever's in the queue at this point in time, and look forward to talk to them and see what are they looking forward to for this Record Store Day. And also, of course, what am I going to find that's of interest to me. So I'm really on the hunt for The Art of Noise, the Seduction of Claude Debussy, and Faithless as well, that album that celebrates 20 years since it was first released. And I believe it's the first time ever on vinyl as well. To all the new arrivals, that is the title of the album. It nearly escaped me at this early hour in the morning. So now what will follow is probably a montage of people queuing up for Record Store Day, and hopefully I can speak to one or two people in the queue as well and see what they're looking forward to, if they're keen to talk to me at this early hour. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a montage, the usual affair, you know, just to give you an insight how it was here in Reading for Record Store Day. Now, let's go to Pop Classics. Well, I might as well talk to you a bit while I'm walking over here to Caversham. There's more records, of course, that I'm looking forward to. Not only Faithless and Art of Noise, those are on the top of my list. But we also have David Bowie's Hallo Spaceboy. Pet Shop Boys remixed. Great stuff. I don't have that one since before, so... And I believe it's the first time they collected most of the remixes on vinyl, so yeah. And there's two records that I'm a bit torn about. I totally love these two records. So, the first one is Richie Sakamoto's End of Asia, an album that I believe was released for the first time in 1982, and this is the first time it's been re-released since then. And I think, well, I know that there is a CD edition as well that was released in Japan, and it goes for silly prices sometimes, but I'm just thinking, after listening quite a lot to that album on streaming services, it's such a good album. It's Richie Sakamoto going medieval. It's medieval music or interpretations of medieval music. There's even a Yellow Magic Orchestra track in there interpreted as medieval music. So it's just great stuff, you know. Traditional instruments blended with some synthesizers. Can't go wrong with Richie Sakamoto. But after listening to it, here's my point. Would it be more suitable for a CD release? Yeah, I think so, because it's something that you want to put on. You don't want to get up to just flip sides or whatever. You just want to enjoy it. Much like my opinion on the new Flea album as well. Just want to put it on. Just enjoy it, let the CD spin. Yeah, so I'm a bit torn on that. Great album though, really good. And then, of course, we have Sophie Ellis-Bextor as well. Her debut album, Read My Lips. It's gonna be out for this Record Store Day. And it's a great album. But I have a reissue that was launched by Plastic Pop a couple of years ago, and it's a beautiful pressing, great sounding. But this one comes on glittery vinyl, and yeah, red glittery vinyl, and it contains a couple of other tracks that wasn't on the Plastic Pop record, really. Yeah, one that has never been released before, at least to my knowledge. So it's a bit is it FOMO speaking? Or I don't know. But there's so many others I probably want to pick up before that one, because I already have it in my collection. Like, I might not like that unreleased track anyway, so what's the point? But still, you know, FOMO and all that. not far now, just around the corner over here, we have Pop Classics. And I know for a fact that there are at least 4 people ahead of me in the queue, because they started queuing early last evening. So they've been bunking up there and probably slept. They're probably still asleep, so I should be quiet. Let's see. I was a bit shocked when I rounded that corner to Pop Classics, going into that courtyard of sorts that they have there. And I was like, ooh, that was quite a lot of people, because this is the first time I went up that early. So I arrived at 4 a.m., as you could see in the clip. And usually they're around perhaps 10 people ahead of me. This time around there was around 20 people ahead of me in the queue. But not to worry at all. I was just pleased, because after all, this is what the Record Store Day is supposed to be for, right? It's to support our independent record stores. And boy, did we support Pop Classics today, I think. And I'm so glad that so many people turned up, because that queue was building up within minutes really after I arrived, and then up until leading up to the 8 o'clock opening of the doors, the queue was super long. Yeah, so I'm really glad that they got that support, because that is what it's all about. I know that Record Store Day receives a lot of critique for many other things, but we have to remember this is a good thing for our local record stores as well.
Oh, you're just browsing, aren't you?
Whatever you need. See you in a second. Do you need any
I am super pleased, both for Pop Classics, of course, and also for myself, because it's always a great experience. So I ended up between some people in the queue that gladly discussed music most of the morning. At I think around 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, we felt a bit fatigued, and the clock hands didn't seem to move at all. The time stood still. Yeah, but then when we came over that threshold, everything seemed to be smooth again, and we started talking music again, what we were really looking forward to pick up, and some concerts memories and all that good stuff. A lot of music talk, of course. Yeah, so I had a great time, and then the doors open, of course, as you could see in the video, and it's a small shop at Pop Classics, but it's jam-packed with records. They usually have a really good selection of records, and when it comes to record store days, there's even more records, of course. Was so much to choose from. It was a great experience. I love it, and I will come back to Pop Classics again here on my channel, because just like I did with Sound Machine a couple of times before, to visit them for a special day or just rummaging through the crates, I'm planning to do that with Pop Classics as well. I love to go crate digging with you guys, and you seem to love it as well, so hey, win-win. Okay, back to Record Store Day. So if you watched my video of what I'm looking forward to for this Record Store Day that I published some weeks ago, I had a mentions list where I just recommended a couple of records that I might already have. So it wasn't really in my interest to pick them up, but if you were new to these albums or singles or whatever it might be, I did some recommendations on those and talked about a bit about that. And then I had a maybe list, and there was a couple of really interesting stuff. One of those records eventually actually moved into my must-have list. Yeah, so I called it my must-have list. It sounds really desperate, but yeah, that's what I called it. And did I get everything that I had on my must-have list then? Well, we're going to see that now, because I'm going to show you what I picked up today. Yeah. And I'm also going to unpack these. So with the magic of editing, I am just going to pull these from the bag, fresh from the bag from Pop Classics. And then, like I said, with the magic of editing, you're going to see me present what's inside, what it looks like, the presentation of the packaging. Yeah. Okay. So let's go through them. And this is my haul, my RSD haul. And to begin with, in no particular order, we have Sheena Easton. Yes. And this is the Long Lost album from 1986. And I talked about this one in my episode as well. It was on my must-have list. Yeah, and I was so glad that I was able to pick up a copy of this one. So an album basically she recorded a lot of sessions for in 1986. It was supposed to come out, but for reason unknown to me, hopefully the liner notes inside, if there are any, will explain it a bit further. But hey, yeah, it was shelved and something else came out, I think the year after that. And then the year after that, in 1988, we did have The Lover in Me, a big hit for Sheena Easton as well. But the Long Lost album, it just sat there for years and years until Cherry Red released it. I think it was last year in a CD box set that they released of Sheena Easton records. I think this one was in there. And I was interested at the time to buy it, but in all honesty, I already have other Sheena Easton albums that I'm interested in already in my collection. So it was a lot of money for me to pay just to get this album. But now they separated that album, put it on a beautiful vinyl. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but they put it on a vinyl record and offered it for Record Store Day. Yeah, so that's a short of it. Sheena Easton, the vinyl collection, Shockwave, it says down here. So the album is called Shockwave. It's a lost 1986 sessions, including Anything Can Happen, Sweet Talker, and So Far So Good, on limited edition red vinyl. Yeah, so it is Cherry Pop or Cherry Red Records that stands behind this release. And I'm so thrilled that I came across a copy of this one. I open up the Sheena Easton one and let's see what it looks like inside. Ooh, we do get printed in a sleeve here. And it does look like, yeah, some liner notes. And just eyeing over them. Yeah, it looks like we're getting the backstory to this Long Lost album from 1986. And I'll put it up here. If anyone wants to read, you can pause it. And then on the back, yeah, we got the lyrics to all the songs as well. Yeah, really great stuff. And let's have a look at the vinyl record itself. It should be a red, transparent. Yes! Look at that. That's a beautiful red. A really nice shade of red, that one. A deep cherry red record, if you want. Pun intended. On the top of my list, of my most wanted or must-have list, was The Art of Noise, the Seduction of Claude Debussy. Yeah, so I got hold of it. They actually had a handful of copies in Pop Classics, and I'm so glad they had, because this is a one, along with another one we'll see very soon here, that I was basically dreaming about having on vinyl.
So this is an album that came out in the late 90s, Art of Noise, or the iteration of Art of Noise at the time, made a mashup of drum and bass, classical music and synth pop, and then on top of that they experimented quite a lot. It is a Trevor Horn production. Paul Morley is very active on this one as a narrator, together with John Hurt, of course, who's doing the narration of Claude Debussy's life throughout this one. So you can call it a concept album, a very unusual one, but hey, what a great album this one is. And for the first time ever on vinyl for Record Store Day, here we go, The Seduction of Claude Debussy. And it says on a hype sticker, Art of Noise, The Seduction of Claude Debussy, a first ever vinyl edition exclusively for Record Store Day. A double album on deep blue sea vinyl, very fitting with the artwork, right? Plus 4 bonus tracks from Art of Noise Are Born Again. Yeah, so it's jam-packed with the original Claude Debussy recording, of course, and some bonus tracks that we can find here on side D. Yeah, I removed the hype sticker from the front here. I like to do that, just not to disturb the artwork, and I put it back here. I know there's artwork here as well, but I do like to keep the hype sticker somewhere, and I put it up here. Yeah, so here it is. And I actually thought that we are going to get a gatefold with this one. I mean, it's a cinematic soundtrack of sorts, The Seduction of Claude Debussy. So we should have a big, you know, cinemascope kind of a fold out here. But no, we don't. It's just a bigger cover, really, a wider cover, you should say. So it does fit to LPs, but we do get printed inner sleeves, I can see, and lovely artwork here as usual when it comes to these Sanctum Tum releases, as I still call them. And we do get some credits here for the songs, and I believe it's the same here. Yeah, it's the same for the second disc here, or the second LP, and the artwork and liner notes on that side as well. So I have a lot to read through when it comes to this one. Love this. But now let's check out the vinyl records. A bit staticky there because it's not polylined, but hey, they're going to be replaced. Not replaced, but I'm going to put these in a polyline bag and of course keep these inside of a cover. Yeah, you know what I mean. Look at this deep sea blue colored vinyl. Yeah, it really lives up to its name. I love this. And there we go, the label as well for the Art of Noise. Those were the labels they used, especially for this release cycle. Because even if this hasn't been on a vinyl record before, The Seduction of Claude Debussy, they did release 2 12 inches. I believe it was just 212. I have one of those 12 inches, and it bears that same center label. The other record that was on top of my must-have list is this one, Faithless. Yes, to all the new arrivals. This was their 5th album, and it's celebrating 20 years since it was released. As we can see from the hype sticker here, it's the 20th anniversary 2LP edition on transparent vinyl, yellow vinyl, sorry. Yeah, this is the other one that I've been dreaming of having in my collection, and it's here. It's in my hands. Yeah, a lovely, lovely album. And usually when I mention this to anyone, if they're asking what are you looking forward to on Record Store Day, I usually mention this one, and they are not very familiar with it. And I think it just came in between so many other great things that Faithless was doing at the time. It's, like I said, the 5th album, and how many have they released? 9 or 10 in total. So it just became sandwiched between all of the others, and I don't think there was a super big hit on the end. I know Bombs, the first track, was released leading up to this album, and all of these are great in my opinion, but I don't think they were as big of hits as they had before. So it's a bit of a a gem, really, in their discography. I love this one. It's such a great album, so I'm really looking forward to unpack this one as well and listen to it. And here it is, Faithless, now free from its restrictions from the shrink wrap to all new arrivals. Yeah, so we can now look at it in its full glory. And as you can see, I removed the hype sticker here. I put them somewhere else, not to disturb the artwork on the front cover. And I'm so glad I was able to do that. Really great. And it is a double album, so we do get it in a gatefold. Yes, look at that. I love that picture. Maxi Jazz. May you rest in peace, man. And let's look inside of this. Okay, so it's plain black sleeves on the inside here. Oh, and an insert and another LP, of course. Let's bring it all out. So let's start with this insert that came with it. So we got a baby there, smiling along, sitting in a suitcase. They've just been traveling, yeah. And I think I saw another baby picture in there as well when we opened up the gatefold. And I know that the album title, To All New Arrivals, is alluding to the babies that were born at the time, and especially for Rolo and Sister Bliss, who had the babies at that time when they were recording this. So it is for all the new arrivals. Yeah, so that's probably why we have that one there. And then we have a track listing here with some credits on it. And, ooh, here we go. The vinyl records themselves on transparent yellow vinyl, and it looks absolutely great and goes so well with the artwork on the record sleeve itself. Yeah, great stuff. Looks super good. I can't tell you how they sound yet because I just unpacked them. I'm gonna take some time this afternoon to listen through all of these records. And here's the second one, similar, when we can see the labels there, and of course the yellow vinyl. And these came in polylined inners. Yeah, really nice. The Sheena Easton didn't, but I have my own polyline inner sleeves that I will put them in and keep the original in the bag with them. But these, nicely done. Have I told you how great of a record this is? Faithless, To All New Arrivals. Just sit back, take it in, and just enjoy. Oh yes, and this one, I believe this one was also on my must-have list, or at least on the recommended list. It might have moved up. Well, it did move up, because when I saw it today, I was like, yeah, I need to pick a copy of that one. And it is The Human League, Being Boiled, together with Circus of Death. So this is a reproduction of their debut single, Being Boiled, in a 12-inch format. And I just love it. Just for the artwork, for example, it's so nice. I love this one. The contrast between the title and, of course, the lyrics contained in the song Being Boiled as well. And with this wonderful illustration here. I love it. And it was issued, this was before they were signed to Virgin, I believe. And for my life this morning, I can't remember the original label. I have to put it in here somewhere in the video. But yeah, great stuff. And this time around issued on, yeah, Cherry Red Records. So it's the second Cherry Red record that I picked up for this RSD. And here we got Being Boiled, Circus to Death, the two original tracks. And we're also being served with Being Boiled stereo remix. Yeah, so looking forward to this one as well, of course, to listen to it and look at it. Yeah, all of those great stuff that you do with records. Maybe smell them as well. Some people do, yeah. Here it is, The Human League, Being Boiled. I just cut it open, so let's have a look together here. Yeah, so it comes in a non-anti-static inner sleeve, but at least an inner sleeve. Yeah, easily replaced. And a very similar tone to the color of this vinyl to the Faithless album that we just looked at. Yeah, now it looks really good. Perhaps a bit more orangey, this one, than yellow. But yeah, I love it. Really nicely done. And I love those labels as well they've done for this. I think it's another reproduction from the original single, if I'm not mistaken. And the last record I managed to pick up for this Record Store Day 2026. And once again, I'm so glad that I managed to get my hands on a copy of David Bowie's Hallo Spaceboy. Yeah, and as the hype sticker says down here, it says David Bowie's Hallo Spaceboy 30th Anniversary 12-inch EP. Pressed on neon pink vinyl, yeah, very fittingly, and featuring mixes by Pet Shop Boys, yes, and compiled on vinyl for the first time, plus a previously unreleased Tim Simonon remix. Yeah, another hero of mine, Tim Simonon, also known as Bomb the Bass. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So yeah, we do get 6 tracks in total on this one. So the first side is the 7 remix and the 12 remix of Hallo Spaceboy, which is the Pet Shop Boys mixes, I have to say, and Lost in Space mix as well. And then on side 2 we do get the double click mix, an instrumental mix, and the Tim Simonon mix. And I have to say, the double click mix, can't remember ever hearing that one. Is that another Tim Simonon remix? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, because the fine print down here, even if I have my glasses on, I am so tired at this point, so I can't make heads or tails of this one. So yeah, we'll see if I can clear anything up once we unpacked this one. Okay, let's have a look and see what it looks like on the inside. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I didn't see this one before when I opened it. It's printed on the inside as well. It's totally black. I only seen this on perhaps a handful of records in my record collection where they actually bother to put a collar to the inside of the cover as well. And they did it on this one. Very nice. There's a black inside of that one. And here we go with the black inner bag as well. And I already noticed, yeah, it's polylined. We always appreciate that in this household when they are polylined. Oh, and look at this. The color of this one, I love it. And I know it comes off a bit different on the camera, but it is a bit darker shade of pink or neon pink that I was envisioning when I read the hype sticker, because I thought it was going to match this more, you know, the pink background color on this one. But hey, I love this one. I really do. I love this color to it. And it looks really, really nice. But I can't tell you, once again, how it sounds, because that's something that I'm going to enjoy this afternoon. So you just have to tune in to a future episode here on my channel, and I will tell you all about it. Those were the records that I picked up for Record Store Day 2026. And as I said so many times throughout this video, I'm now going to sit down, relax, and just enjoy these records for the rest of the afternoon. And maybe have a nap or two. Yeah, probably. And before I leave you, I just want to point out one other album that I didn't pick up for this Record Store Day, but was on my must-have list for this Record Store Day. It's actually 2 albums, but the first one comes from David Holmes, and it's the excellent album, This Film's Crap, Let's Slash the Seats. And here it is. And in my previous RSD video, I said that I used to have this on CD when it was released, but it was no longer in my collection. I had no clue what happened to it. And not even a week after I published that video here on my channel, I found this one in a secondhand shop in really good condition. So I now have it in my collection. But I just want to highlight this because it's worth mentioning again. If you haven't listened to this one, please do so. It's such a great album from David Holmes. So yeah, and you can get it on this Record Store Day. Yeah. And the second one that I was a bit interested in picking up, but it was I think it was on my must-have, but it's since moved down to my reserve list, and that is what I already mentioned here in my video on my walk towards Pop Classics this morning, and that was Richie Sakamoto's End of Asia. They didn't get any copies of that one, unfortunately, at the Pop Classics, but like I said, it moved down to a reserve list for me. I think I will probably hunt it down on a CD issue, or it might be a CD issue in the very near future of that particular album. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But that's it. I want to thank you for joining me on this Record Store Day 2026 when I walked over to Caversham here in Reading to visit Pop Classics and picked up a couple of records. Now I want to hear from you guys. What did you do on Record Store Day? Did you not go? Do you wait for the rest of the stock to be released on Monday when they can sell it online and all those things? Or did you actually go, and what did you pick up? If you went. I lost my ability to speak now. I'm so tired. So yeah, I want to hear from you guys all about Record Store Day. What was your experience for this Record Store Day, and what did you pick up? Please, down in the comments. Yeah. But now I'm going to leave you, and as I said, I'm going to enjoy some music and perhaps a nap or two. Yeah. But until next time, you all take care of yourself. You remember to stay cool and keep listening to that music. And of course, as usual, I'm also going to bid you a very heartfelt Swedish adieu to you all.